Hey folks, in today's video we're going to look at printing to JPEG file using the print module, having those images come back into Lightroom via auto import, and then how to use a smart collection to send those images to a publish service. So that publish service could be something like Facebook, but in this case we're just going to show it to the hard disk to show the principle. We're going to combine two things, a new thing and an old thing in this video. We're going to use print to JPEG in print and then auto import them back into Lightroom. We start by going to the print module. I have two images here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to selected photos so only one image will print. So I have this mat that I've created, something that we will discuss again, and I'm going to print a JPEG file. Now print to JPEG does print differently when you're using a single image or a batch of images, so we need to look at this first before we determine what to do with our auto import. So now I'm going to print a file. So I've just set up basically as A4 sized legal letter dimensions. So I'm just going to print it straight to my pictures folder and I'm going to call it print. So it's telling me that file already exists, so I'm just going to overwrite it. So now I'm just going to tab to the Finder where I have the folder open, and we can see we've got a single image here called print.jpg. So it's printed into the folder that I've indicated directly. So let's repeat the same thing, but this time I'm going to switch to all film strip photos. So we can now see here it says page 1 of 2, indicating that 2 will print. So now I'm going to click print a file again, and this time I'm going to put in print. So remember what happened last time, there was a file called print and it overwrote it. So I click save now. We don't get that dialog because something different is happening. So that's the first one printed, looking up here, and the second one is done now. So I'm going to go back here. We can now see we have a folder called print, and inside it we have print-1, print-2, which is our sequence. So what happens is when you print a single image, it'll go into that folder with the same name you've given it. But if you print more than one, it will create a folder with the name you've given and then add a sequence to the name on consecutive images inside that folder. So this is good to know, because if we're printing a single image, we need to put this into our watch folder, and if we're printing more than one image, we just indicate that this folder here is going to be the watched folder. Now for watched folders, the folder has to exist and it has to be empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these images here, and I'm actually going to print these into the print folder, and then I'm going to allow that to be the watch folder. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go to library and go file, auto import settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch for the watch folder, so I'm going to choose print. So that's it there, choose print, and then I'm going to move it to somewhere else. In this case I'm going to call it prints for Facebook. So as if I want to put these up on Facebook. It could be for anywhere, but it's just to have a different name than the watch folder. So I've added some metadata here as well. You can see that in the auto import video, but I'm then going to click enable auto import so that it will automatically import. And now I'm going to go back to print again, and I go print a file, and I'm going to select the folder print. Oh, sorry. I know what I need to do is I need to be in pictures and I need to say print, because it's going to create this folder and put them inside it, remember, so it'll overwrite this one here. So it's telling me it already exists. Do I want to replace it? Yes, I do. So they're printing away. So I'm going to go to library and I'm going to have a look at this folder that I've talked about, which is prints for Facebook. So this is my original test before. We now can see that these two images have come into Lightroom with the mat on them already. Another thing you could potentially do if you wanted is have these automatically go to a publish service. Now we did mention Facebook, so if Facebook was set up, I could put in a smart collection here for this. But very quickly I'm just going to do a setup on the hard drive to give you a rough idea what it's going to be like. So I'm not going to do any renaming, and because these are already JPEGs in this case, I'm just going to have them as original. Just it saves us doing any other stuff with it really. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose our location where we wanted to go to. So let's just call this test publish here. So this will be the same as if you're putting an album up on a service, for example. So I click save, and if I come down here to test publish, what I can do is I can create a smart folder, and our source folder contains prints for Facebook. I just want to check, that I'm spelling it the same way, and I'm going to give this the name FB just so it matches. Create. Okay, well that seems to have put in way too many images, so let me just edit that again. Contains all. Alright, so that way it just matches exactly. So what happens now is if I click publish, these 3 images here will publish, and I can right click and go show published file in Finder, and that will then open it up here, and we can actually see them as if they'd gone up to the service. So these are now, as we can see here, they're inside our test publish folder on the desktop. So that's how you would use it to automatically go to a publish service. So you could have it ready in an album to go to Facebook, and then by clicking publish it will go to Facebook. So you do a single thing with print to file, and then you would click publish, and that would be it. Hi folks, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you want to get a notification, hit the bell. Thanks for watching.